Hi traders, you're welcome back once again to the Bullish Bear FX Academy. My name is Tim Legend. I'm super excited having you all here today on this one. So you're welcome back once again to the 2024/2025 trading syllabus. Here in this channel, our goal is to teach you a whole lot you need to know and probably everything you need to know about trading from start to finish till you become a professional in this. And the goal is we want to take you guys step by step until we make sure that you are good in the trading industry. So what you want to do in case it is your first time here is to hit the subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, and please, as a way to show the support and as a way to show that indeed you appreciate our efforts and what we're doing in this channel, make sure to hit the like button. And at the course of the video, if you have any question, please do not hesitate to drop them on the comment section, because based on your question, I will understand where you need more explanation and know how to teach you more even in subsequent videos. All right, so make sure you engage in the comment section. So let's get into the main video.
Better to try for a buy than this way. Okay, so that's just the simple logic about it. Wait for breakouts and retests. At the retest, look for candlestick patterns. While you're looking for your candlestick patterns, you would know if the bears will push back in or not. Because as you're waiting for a candlestick pattern, automatically what you're doing is you're waiting for the candlestick to form. Take note of one thing: don't make a mistake of taking a trade when a candlestick has not completely formed, because you can be seeing a candlestick form like this right now. Let's say a bullish candle, and then you start seeing a red candle. Let's make that red. I started seeing a red candle, and you begin to say, "Oh, is well, wait, sorry, I think it should have been like this." Okay, and then you start seeing a bullish candle, and you begin to say, "Oh, it's a bullish engulfing pattern. Let me buy." And the candlestick, you know very well that it hasn't completely formed, and you place a buy because it's looking like a bullish engulfing pattern, while it hasn't formed completely. The bears can reject, go back down, and you just be like, I thought it was a bullish engulfing pattern. It was never a bullish engulfing pattern until it's closed. All right, so you always want to make sure you allow the candlestick to close before you can confirm what it is. So when you see a breakout out of a zone and price come back to retest at that zone, at exactly that place, I'm getting a bit confused. Let me get this off and get this one off. Okay, so when you see a range in a zone and a breakout and a retest, while it's retesting on that zone, while it's trying to find support on that zone, what it's checking is this place is strong enough to hold me to move up. That's what the bulls are checking up there. So while it's still forming the candlestick, and you want to make sure you're observing and waiting, don't just rush in and say, "I've seen a bullish engulfing." No, allow it to form. So it depends on the time frame you are. If you're in the 1 hour time frame, give hours to observe what is happening. So because it's while whatever is happening is what you now use to confirm that, okay, I think this zone is now strong enough to serve as support. Let me place a buy. Okay, that's one thing you want to be careful of. Let's see if we can have a little example of a ranging market. Let's say, for instance, we have this as a range. Okay, let's say, for instance, we have this as a range. So we can see market did what? Ranged, all right, and then broke out of here. When it broke out, it came back for a retest. I want to allow this candlestick to close. I want to allow this candlestick to close before I can confirm anything. Don't say, "Oh, it was red, yeah, okay, I'm seeing rejection." No, allow it to close. So when it closes, we could see the next candlestick that came. So the next candlestick that comes, we all know that market structure is market structure. Since it's a bearish movement, we have to be looking for what's it called? Low, lower, low, lower, lower high, right? So what I'm going to do as a trader is, since I allow this candlestick to close, I will allow it to keep moving till it gives me a pullback. So it's at the beginning of that pullback, that's where I want to look for my entry to sell along. Forex is about patience. Okay, so that's where I want to look for my entry to sell along. Okay, so you must not always sell from here if the candlestick has not given you a good confirmation, unless you just want to try it out. Okay, unless you want to try it out. So sometimes you could be lucky, sometimes you could be unlucky. I hope I've answered your question.
It's clear, Tim. Thank you so much.
Very well. Very well. Please, any further question?
Hello? Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you clearly, trader.
Yeah. I have a question. I mean, that's bullish engulfing that you drew earlier. I missed part of that conversation due to error in network. So can I get a draw of the bullish and the bullish engulfing and the bearish engulfing, please?
Okay. This is a bullish engulfing pattern. This one will have to be green in color, right? So the second candle has to be above the previous candle, right? Once it closes above the previous candle, is a bullish engulfing, and you always want to make sure you see it at supports. Vice versa, for a bearish engulfing, the first candle would be green and the second candle would be red, and it has to close above below the previous candle, and you always want to see it at resistance. All right, making sure you're seeing your candles at the right market context. So this is a bullish engulfing, this is a bearish engulfing. Have I answered your question, trader?
Sure. I have a question to ask.
Okay. All right.
Please, let me come to my question. Okay, good. I was thinking, when there is too much wicks in the chart, I think it's advisable to get out of the market, not trade, or isn't that so?
It depends on where you are seeing it. When there's so much wick in the charts, is indecision, yes. Okay, but that indecision you're seeing could also be giving you a signal of what is about to happen. Okay, so it depends on where you're seeing it. Let me look for an example of where we have so much wicks in the charts. Okay, so for instance here, you are seeing there's a lot of wicks, okay? It's giving you a signal that this bearish trend is gradually coming to an end. So as a trader, what you should be looking out for is where is the nearest support level? Where is the nearest resistance level? So that's what was going to warrant you to probably go to a much lower time frame. Remember I told you guys earlier that it's what you see on the chart that causes you to go to a higher or a lower time frame. Right? So when you start seeing those kind of wicks forming and gradually coming down, then you want to go to a much higher time frame to check out where do I have supports, where do I have resistances. Okay, and you can see that that's exactly what happened there. That why the price was forming those wicks, when it got to the support level, that's where the bulls took power. So when you see a lot of wicks in the market, it's also a sign. Look here, see all the wicks. It's also a sign that the bulls might take power soon, or the bears might take power soon, depending on what trend was forming those wicks. Okay, so the only one we say that you should stay out of the market completely is when it's ranging, when the market is ranging, and you stay out of that kind of market. All right. I
Okay.
hope I answered your question, Peter.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. Any other question before we close for tonight? The ladies should talk. Oh, I don't know why the ladies ain't talking. Everybody didn't join tonight. I can hear you. Talk to me. I can't hear you again. Come close to your mic. I actually can't hear you at all. Come close to your mic. It does look like you're very far from your phone. Or using an AirPod.
Can you hear me now?
Okay. I know what you did. You connected it to a Bluetooth speaker.
I was using Bluetooth, that's why.
I
There's something you were
observed.
talking about, resistance turning support and support turning resistance. Please, can you throw more light on that, please?
Okay. I think we'll talk about that when I start teaching you guys support and resistance. But it's a simple logic where you have support, right? Price supported up, and then the bears rejected and broke through that place. When it goes back for a retest, that support before has now turned the resistance. That is sending back down. So support turning resistance is just all about retest and continuation. Okay. For instance, you can see clearly here. Let's look for another zone. Maybe here. No, I think I should look for another place. Let's go to 1 hour time frame. Okay, so here we have this. Now, this is a typical example of resistance turning support. You can see price got resisted here, resisted, then broke out. When it broke out, it turned support. Okay, and kept on going up. So a resistance before has turned support now. That's what we mean resistance turning support. Same thing vice versa. Let's see if we can have this is another example again. Resistance finally turned support here. Okay, I'm looking for here resistance finally turned support. I'm looking for support on resistance. But I think you understand what I'm saying, right? It's easier. You should have understood that clearly now. Here we have price support finally broke out. Sorry, what am I saying? Here we have resistance finally broke out, then got to another resistance above the previous resistance, and then probably resisted and got here, found support, and kept on going. So that's what we say support, resistance turning support. Then for support turning resistance is price found support here, support, broke out, went for a retest, found resistance, and started going down even deeper. That's support turning resistance. Have I answered your question? Your voice is low again. You connected back to your Bluetooth. All right. So, any other question, traders? Okay. So, do you have a question?
Okay.
All right, guys. So, I guess we call that this a night. Please go to your chart and start training your eyes. Okay. Start training your eyes to check out candlestick patterns. When you get to your chart, draw out your supports and your resistances, right? And then start checking out the candles you're seeing on your supports, the candles you're seeing on your resistance. Start taking notes of them. Okay. The more you train your eyes to easily spot them out, the more it will be easy for you to analyze the market so fast. That's when you see someone can come into the chat and is looking at the chart for like how many hours, and another person will just come, boom, boom, boom. He has applied his analysis. He will tell you this is what I'm looking out for. Why? Because he has trained his eyes to easily identify patterns, be it chart pattern or candlestick pattern or whatever it is. Okay, so train your eyes. Train your eyes. Very important. So we call that a night. I'm glad to have you all here tonight, and I believe others who couldn't join, they will just have to watch the recorded session. And tomorrow is another day. So make sure you all stay safe and keep winning. All right. Good night.
Good night, guys.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim.
Good night, everyone.
All right. You're welcome. You're welcome.